Okay, so today just going to talk a little bit about how to spice up your play a little bit. For this is for a few people that I'm teaching and working with. Just going to talk about three things. I'm going to talk about using scales and the notes of the chord, fatting up your chords, in other words, making your chords a little bit more complicated, and then using passing chords. So let's just take a look real quick. I'm just going to use E flat as an example. So, for instance, a quick chord progression: E flat, A flat, B flat, and C minor 7 are the one chords I'm going to use real quick. And I'm going to play them from E flat to B flat to C minor 7 to A flat. So, quick chord progression: E flat, and I am doing an inversion on the right hand, which is the G, B flat, E flat, over E flat and B flat. And then I'm doing an inversion on my B flat, F, B flat, D in my right hand over a B flat in the bass, C minor 7. I'm doing an inversion here. I'm just going over these real quickly so you can see. But for now, I'm just going to do a C minor chord, a regular chord, okay? So C, C, C in the bass, C in the right hand, E flat, G, and then an A flat, C, and E flat. So let's play that real quick. Again. Okay, it's pretty standard. Now, if you have that chord progression, that is a standard chord progression for most worship songs, or a variation of combination that you'll use. Now, to kind of spice that up, the first thing we're going to talk about is playing scale notes or notes of the chord. So let's say we're playing the E flat. So we're in the key of E flat. So therefore, you got E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D, and E flat to play with in the major scale. And then, of course, the notes that you're playing. So you got the G. Now I'm playing the E flat. Alright, so you can kind of arpeggio. You can hit some other notes. Okay, so in that E flat. And then you can go into, the next word is B flat. I'm just arpeggiating. You can kind of go walk up to that E flat. C minor. A flat. Now, I will say to kind of play, one thing is rhythm along with your notations, the notes you're playing and stuff, the combination. Rhythm can do a lot and dynamics. So, for instance, you can just kind of strike it. But it does a lot when you hold chords instead of doing so much rhythm and doing some notes like this. So that kind of spices it up. Another thing is to fatten some chords. So in this, I would play I would add like a 2 on my E flat. So an E flat, add the F to that. So I'm G, B flat, E flat, add the F. To kind of fatten that chord a little bit. On the B flat, I'll add the 2 on that, so I'll play the C. So F, B flat, C, D. And then on the C minor chord, I'm going to play the minor 7. I'm going to add the 7 to that, and I'm going to do an inversion to go along with that. So the B flat is your 7. We were doing C, E flat, G. I have now moved the G into my thumb with a B flat, then doing C and then E flat to give it a little bit more fullness. And basically, you can keep your hand in the same place on your right hand and just move your bass notes to A flat and E flat. And that's your major 9 chord, because we have introduced the 7. And here's your A flat, C, E flat. We're putting the 2 in there, which is becoming the 9, because we're putting the 7 in there, which is the G. So now the chord progression is going to sound a little bit thicker, because you're adding not only arpeggio notes or the notes of the chord and maybe some of the scale, but you're fatting up the chords itself. So it sounds something more like this. Okay, so we have, notation where you're doing notes of the chord or scale of either the key the chord you're playing, or the scale of the actual key of the song you're playing, and you're fattening up the chords of the actual chords you're playing by adding 7th, 9ths, other notes in there, or the second notes in there. So to go along with that is now passing chords you can kind of add in there, and some substitution chords, which I'm not going to get in too much depth today, substitution, because there's a lot of theory and stuff you can go there. But I just want to show you a few passing chords, simple passing chords that you can add in there. So let's kick it off. So E flat. All right. So instead of playing B flat, or we can just play the B flat. For right now, we're just going to play the B flat. So B flat. Okay, then you're going to play the simple same C major or C minor 7, and then before we go to the A flat, I'm going to do an E flat over G and go right to the A flat. So I'm playing E flat by G, B flat, E flat, and then a G in the bass to that major 9 chord. So it sounds like this. Chord in there. Now, when I was talking about substitution, is that instead of a B flat, you can play a B flat over D, which is walking it down basically to the C minor chord. So E flat, B flat over D, C minor 7, and walking right there. I'm going to swap it up a little bit, the chord progression, just to show you some stuff. So the chord progression bass that I'm going to do is the 1 E flat to the 6 C minor 7, and just to keep it simple, we will do a 5 minor chord and then to your 4. So I'm going to add passing chords in there, and this is actually a song when I think about the Lord, and I'm going to show you these passing chords in here and just explain briefly a little bit about that. So here we go. So when I... Okay, real quick, what I did, the 1, the E flat, okay, so then I did a 5 over 7 first, which is your B flat chord over D, and then I did a 3 minor with a tritone substitute. So my 3 minor in E flat is going to be G minor 7. So instead of playing, in my left hand I'm keeping my G and D, but instead of playing a G minor chord or a G minor 7, to add that tritone, I'm going, and basically one way to look at it is I'm playing a B major 7. I'm just playing actually the B in the A flat in my right hand. So I'm sorry, B and B flat or A sharp in my right hand over the G. And then I'm going to walk it down to the 6 of that, which is A flat. So, and then I go to my 6 minor, which is my C minor 7. So it sounds like this: E flat, 5 over 7, B flat over D. My 3 minor tritone substitution to my 6, okay, which is C minor 7. Then I'm going to play a 5 minor 7 chord, which is a B flat minor 7. Instead of a regular, just a major chord, I'm making it a minor for the sound. Then I'm going to play an A diminished chord. Diminished 6, really. And a diminished is just where you take the major chord and flat the 3, flat the 5. So real quickly, here's a major chord. So flat the 3, so take this to C, take the 5 to E flat, and then I'm adding the 6 in there of A, which is the F sharp. So we're going to go from B flat minor to the A diminished to the A flat major 9. Okay, so that real quick gives you that little walk down. Then you're going to go to E flat over G, which is your 1 over 3 in the chord progression, to your 2 minor 7. Then you're going to go to your 5 or your 4 over 5, or A flat over B flat. Okay, so that's E flat, B flat over D, your G minor substitution with your tritone to C minor 7, to B flat minor 7, A diminished, A flat major 9, E flat over G, F minor 7, A flat over B. So when I think about the Lord, So now I want to play that without the ad-libs, without the substitution and walking, and just show you a little bit with the basic chords what it sounds like. So when I think about the Lord, so it doesn't quite sound as good. So anyways, so to fatten up or to spice up, I guess you could say, your play, remember, use your notes of your chord. So E flat, kind of go with the melody of the song. And then the scale notes. Really right here I'm staying on E flat a lot or around it because my inversions, and not gonna just your 1, 3, and 2, 1, 2, and 3, excuse me, are great notes to hit from. So great notes to use, and then of course your chord is notes that you can play in there instead of just keep doing the rhythm. You have fatten up the chords by doing your 7ths, 9ths, and even 13ths. You can go complicated. And then of course passing chords. Your 1 over 3 going into your 4. In this case that would be E flat over G going to A flat. Your 5 over 7 walking down from your 1 to your 6. So in this case E flat, B flat over D, and then C minor 7. And if you're wondering about numbers, I'll do another video to talk about numbers later. But basically, we are talking about the position in the scale that chord falls in. So if we're doing E flat's your 1, you walk, go through the scale. F is your 2, G is your 3, A flat is your 4, B flat is your 5, C is your 6, and then D is your 7. So we're just saying my 1 chord would be E flat major, right? Or 2, because I'm adding the 2 in there. 5 over 7, B flat over D, 6 minor, 7. So that's what we're talking about that. Okay, hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you.